forecast.
Cub Crafters 527 Bravo, Charlie, when calm departure to the west approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left, Cub Crafters 7 Bravo, Charlie.
Okay, we're here ready for a little flight to Carmel Valley in the X-Cub. And we'll make an immediate left turn after we take off. We are ready to fly. Thanks for coming along today. I am still working on editing my life story using X-Cub. And I clicked ready to fly, but we're going back and forth here. Here we go. So we'll look at the airplane, we take the brakes off, we see that the rudders are connected again, so you can see the tail wig-wag right here. This shows I'm using the now when I do it this way, it actually will steer, but when you come up on the power, trying to steer with the yoke, which on regular airplanes does not work. There's a few airplanes that it's interconnected to the rudder. The yoke is interconnected, and it's generally foreboding, but it seems to work okay. And we're talking about little putt-putts. This aircraft is no longer a little putt-putt. Here we go, full power with rudders. And as it gains speed, it'll start going over to the left, which is not unusual because you have a thing called P-factor and a little bit of torque. And there we go. Take the flaps off, and we'll just head out to the Carmel Valley. Put a little left turn and pop up over the hill. Monterey Airport used to be right in this area, apparently. Somewhere over here.
Cub Crafters 7 Bravo, Charlie, continue for west departure.
That's before World War II. That's back in the 30s. That's when practically everything was a tail dragger. So we have to call and say, okay.
Monterey Tower, Cub Crafters 527 Bravo, Charlie, continue for west departure.
We'll go ahead and put the sun a little more in the west. There we go. And we'll go over here. Leave that for right now. And we can level off at 2200, so we're going to be heading right out this valley. We look over the hill. We could go inside and put the autopilot on. And we got to bring the power back a little bit. 24. That's pretty good. And we'll just look here and point out a few things here at the mouth of the valley. So the barnyard, right down there at the mouth of the valley, Carmel Valley Road comes out here. We're going to see my grandson's school. And that's right there on the right. And this is a little hacienda. Is right in there. It used to be part of the ranch. Quail Lodge is right under us. That was part of. I'll have to think of the ranch. That's the Carmel Valley Tennis Club. Quail Lodge right in there. We kind of missed the Carmel Middle School, but that's right back in there. Looking into the sun is no fun. And the middle school, I wanted to go over that because that's where my son is. My grandson is going to school there. And we'll look at the end here. See that we got 24, 24. Yeah, pretty close. That's pretty close. And then we can put it on the autopilot. Click the autopilot. First of all, get heading going right in the direction we're going here. And we want the altitude. And let's see there's the altitude. So we're at 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. And we're going to climb to 2,000. There we go. And let's see if we got we got the autopilot on. So we're going to go up to 2,000 feet. There we are.
Cub Crafter 7 Bravo Charlie leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
All right, and then we need to change the heading. Well, first of all, we need to say goodbye to him.
Monterey Tower Cub Crafters 527 Bravo Charlie frequency change.
And we're going to move the heading over. And we got to click heading. There we go. We hadn't clicked heading yet. That should do it. Take us to the village. All right. We're holding 2,000 feet. And we look back a little bit. We went by Carmel Valley Ranch. We went by, that was a golf course there. Now we're going out. We're adjacent to Garland Park, which is in here. All kinds of hiking on that mountain. Now we can bring the sun up a little higher so you can see that hill. This time of year, boy, the sun goes down at 2 in the afternoon. There we go. We got a little sun on the subject. Now we have to get back inside to change the heading. Yeah, that'll take us pretty close to the airport over there. Okay, now we're with the sun up. We can, not later in the afternoon. We can now see the Carmel River coming out through the valley. We're right over the estate area of Carmel Valley near Monte, and then we look at the village. Here's the old runway, but next to the runway they got trees on there, so I used to take my students there. But we're right over to Larcito School where my grandson went to grade school. Here's the Carmel Valley Village, and now we're going to be looking for the airport, and we've got the we'll go ahead and bring on the chart, so that'll show the chart going to the airport, which it doesn't. Anyway, we'll find it. So it may be, I think we have to just go over this. We're ultimately going to go to a little Havana Ranch, a little private strip. And I think actually this is the airport we're heading for. So we're getting there. Now we have to get down here and make sure we're going to clear the mountain. And we have to go up 200 feet. So let's move that up to 2,200. Let's make it 2,500. 2,500. And vertical speed. Yeah, that ought to do it. I think I see it. I think I see it already. And it's just off to the right ever so slightly. So we're going to take it off the autopilot and we're going to go ahead and climb up a little bit here because the runway is at here, we're aimed right at it now. So we land uphill and let's see, we're going to bring in some flap because we're getting close. I think I can see it. I can see the end of the runway. We're going right into the sun, but we'll get this over the side. We can take this off right now. And we'll bring in a little more flap. Get my feet on the rudders. Get on behind here. Get ready to slow down. Get full flap in.
Monterey Tower, Airbus November 75 Tango Foxtrot, 4 miles northwest inbound, ILS runway 10 right approach.
Look out.
Airbus November 75 Tango Foxtrot, Monterey Tower. Altimeter 29.9 wind calm cleared, ILS runway 10 right approach.
Alright, we made it. Needed to drag that in just a little bit.
Cleared, ILS runway 10 right approach, Airbus 5 Tango Foxtrot.
And we need to get this guy off. There we go. Get the runway up to take off. Take off flap. Right there. And let's see if I got the brakes off. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to head for the Ranner Ranch. So here we go, full power. We'll look back. See how we're doing. So we want 2400, 24. There we go. And we're going to go fly over this ridge right here ahead of us. Get the flaps up. And this is part of the water system, which they used to have a dam here, but I don't think they have a dam here. And we're getting behind. Watch for the ranch. What we go by here. I think actually I see the runway right out straight ahead right there. But we'll fly along the ridge of the Sky Ranch Estates, they call it. These were 10-acre parcels right in here. And so we'll just look at a couple of them, and then we'll cut down to the Rana Ranch. These houses are a little closer together, so I don't know that they have actually 5 acres. Okay. And I'll just reduce the power. I can see the runway out ahead here at Rana Ranch. Private runway. We'd have to have permission to land there. And again, the ranch house. There's up one of these draws. This possibly is the ranch house for Rana Ranch. Cattle ranch. Yeah, I'm glad to have the rudders back. Put the flaps up. Rudders, riding the rudders a little too much. There we go. Flap, takeoff flap, full power. We finally got it stabilized. There we go. Get the flaps up. And we packed a picnic today. You've probably heard this before. And we're going to land up above the Carmel Valley Airport. We'll be able to see Carmel Valley on one side and see Monterey Bay on the other side. Carmel Valley will be on our left and Monterey Bay will be on our right. And I think I see the hill, the landing area is the highest hill in the distance. And we're going to land at the east end, which we are heading at right now. Look around at the valley a little more. Pretty out here. That runway where we landed up at 2,200 feet, I'm not sure that runway is there, but doesn't matter. It was today. We got to land there. And looking over to the east, when you look out this way, if you go over that ridge right there, just go to Salinas. Let's see if we get that on here. Yeah, there's Salinas. So it shows where this is us. Shows that we're heading toward Monterey, and out to the right shows Salinas really is over in there. This is Mount Toro right here. So now that I've gained a little more altitude, you can see where we're going. Now we're looking out at Monterey Bay. For the sake of the track, we might call it WeatherTech Raceway today. Might be right in there, somewhere along in here. They moved the racing from Pebble Beach in the 50s. It was just too dangerous, too many Monterey pine out there. And now we'll get the power back so we can land on this hillside here. And we'll get in behind the airplane and we'll start thinking about slowing down. Let's do a little wig-wag. We're looking over at Carmel Valley. Now we're down within flap speed. come in with the flaps. It's Corral de Tierra down in there, off of the Salinas-Monterey Highway. And we'll get this slowed down so it'll stay on the ground once we get on the hillside here. And we want to get right up on the top here so we can see Monterey. Whoa. And look out at Monterey Bay. And we already know what the valley looks like, so we'll get this out of the way. And we'll get the motor secured, the engine secured. And down into Corral de Tierra. And out toward Monterey Bay, right? It'd be right out in there. Yeah, and the Monterey Airport would be out in there. There's our 2 miles away is where the old airport was, where I used to take my students. I don't know what this is right here, but we'll look back towards Salinas. That might be Fremont Peak over there, and we'll get our sandwiches out and enjoy that. Thanks for riding along. A little hopscotch in Carmel Valley. Bye-bye.